Good morning. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Mom, you might not want to watch this one. And Dad, you too. So, Lindsay likes this thing, where I've never really been too big of a sex person anyways. I don't know. Oops. Let me go back to you. My bad. I started, doing my own thing when I was probably like 11 and maybe like 10, probably more like 11. And it always felt weird because after, I believe it would be like climax or whatever, I'm not very like open with sex anyway. Well, I guess, I don't know. I'm getting embarrassed right now talking about this, but it needs to be talked about. I need to talk about it. I would get this like really gross, nauseous feeling afterward. And I'm like, really? So all my like experimenting years, I'm like, that's what it's about? Because that doesn't feel good. Now I feel sick to my stomach. I'm trying to get my water open and I cannot without putting you down. I'll put you down for just a second. Hello. I slept for a long time again. I've been sleeping a lot. Lightning. So all those years, I'm like, is that really what it's all about, right? So that's not very fun because now I feel gross and nauseous. Ew. And then I started having sex when I was like 13 years old, which I shouldn't have because I knew nothing about it at all. I just did what everybody else was doing. And then I got pregnant. I got pregnant at like 12. I think it was 12. Yeah, that was a hard situation. And I kept it an uber secret until I was like, well, I didn't know. Because I knew nothing about sex at all. At all. And so I finally got up enough courage to tell my mom that I thought I was pregnant or whatever. And she took me to I'm like tangled in the blankets. And she took me to my doctor person. And they found out that I was like 6 months pregnant. I was like 6 months pregnant. And everybody made me, which it was the right choice, to get an abortion. Here's the thing, though, is that nobody knew that I was 6 months pregnant until after the abortion. And then after the abortion, the doctor came in and was like, that shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't have done that. You were like 6 months pregnant. Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I could get in huge trouble. He said, I should have gave you an ultrasound first. And I didn't. I just went with what you said. And said, we need to get it done now. So there was that. That was always fun. That was a fun excitement. And then I got pregnant. I don't even know why I'm talking about pregnancy. And then I had Adriana when I was 15. So I was bound and determined to, populate the world at a young age, I guess. I don't know. It's because I was naive and didn't understand, and I wasn't taught, and I didn't know, and la, 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 la. Anyway, so sex. Let's fast forward to now times, okay? So, we don't have sex a whole bunch. We do have a good sexual relationship, but we don't have sex a whole bunch. Probably like, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times a month, maybe 5 times a month. And, but I'll get into these like moments where I want to have sex. Not like even I want, like I need to have sex, right? And it's not necessarily to come or to climax or whatever you want to call it. It's for penetration purposes. I like the feeling and I long for it at certain times. And so, but sometimes he is like super into everything that's going on, into life and whatever. And so he's just non receptive at all. Now, I can imagine this is something that happens across the board, right? Because why would we always want sex at the same time? There's lots of times that he wants sex, and I'm like, meh, I'm good. But when it happens to good old Lindsay, Lindsay gets into this wham wham mode. He doesn't like me. I'm ugly. He must not like my new haircut. Ah, la, 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 la. And so I'm sitting here in bed, right? Because on Wednesday night, because I work super early on Thursday, so I go to bed early on Wednesday. I had said something and he was like, you want some attention, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I've been hinting at it for the last week, right? Or probably not a week, but a few days. And I'm still hinting at it. And he's just, I don't know why. Maybe I should just take it. Maybe I should just become a dominatrix and just take it. Instead of, little whatevers. And he's a very gentle sex person, which is not bad. But sometimes you just want to get smacked and pull your hair, which I don't have anymore. So I don't want to get choked. Maybe double smacked. I'll get double smacked. But that doesn't always happen. And when it doesn't happen, then I get into like, woe is me mode. And so I was sitting here and he woke up and was like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta go to work. And I'm just like, thinking that morning time was my time. Because usually that's the guys' time for, attention time. Attention. I am standing up and ready for action, sir. But it didn't happen. And so I decided that I should probably just make a video of it because I can't be the only one. Sex is such a taboo thing and we never talk about it, and we should be able to talk about it, and I should be able to talk about it, and I should not be embarrassed to talk about it. And I'm not, because all of you guys are going to watch this and you're going to be like, oh, yeah. And sex is good and sensual and feels good. Feels good. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm not going to crybaby about this. I'm not. I'm going to be understanding. I'm going to be open, and I'm not going to take it personally. And maybe I'll just take it into my own hands. Anyways, today's Saturday. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to go watch Elementals today with my Charlie Bean Boozle. And we have his dad's memorial today, so I gotta cut the guy some slack, right? All is well. I kind of thought this, waking up thing would be a little bit more magical than this. It's really just learning how to live in this body on a conscious level. You know what I mean? An aware level of knowing like this, instead of spiraling into meh. I'm like, okay, well, what's really going on? It's all good, blah, 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 right? That's all it is we're just learning how to waking up, quote unquote, waking up or remembering who we are is really just learning how to navigate in this Disneyland that God has created. We could really do whatever we want and have whatever we want and be whatever we want. We just have to know what that is. And to know what that is to maneuver through as Lindsay. And, yeah. I'm figuring it out, I believe. But I kind of thought it was going to be like, I don't know. I can move that. I think I can. I don't know. Maybe I've got to go deeper. And I'm gonna, because that's the only way to go, is just deeper, always deeper. So that was my introduction to my sexual frustrations. And, yeah. Michael is very old school. And sometimes I just want a Playboy. Don't all girls. That's why we end up falling for the bad boys. Because they do naughty things and it's exciting. So funny. But why can't you be a bad boy and old fashioned at the same time? Right? All right, guys. I'm going to get up and go make an apple pie. Isn't that funny? Like the movie. What movie was that? I remember this one time in band camp. What was that? American Pie. I believe it's American Pie. That was a weird, cringy movie. Or series. Make your days the bestest days. Enjoy waking up. Enjoy remembering who you are. Remember to do things for you. Self-care is important. That's self-care. Funny. All right. Goodbye. Have a good day. Can you tell that I'm like a little awkward about this conversation? Isn't that funny? Kid at heart. But we shouldn't even be taught that. I remember as a child, there'd be like movies that showed like boobies or something like that. And my dad would be like, close your eyes. You can't see this. And so I like grew up with this like stigma that bodies are bad. Like I remember my mom would like change her bra in front of me or something like that. And I'd be like, oh, look away. And really, it's natural. Like, I don't understand. I'm not teaching my kids that at all. Because why? It's their body. Embrace your body. It's your body. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Boobies are beautiful. Vaginas are gorgeous. Penises are amazing. They're awesome things. But why are we taught that they are not? We're taught to be ashamed of them and to not touch them and to whatever. Kids explore. Teenagers explore. Mid-age people explore. Old people explore. I think old people explore the best, honestly, because they're old and they've already done so much and they've already given away so much that they're like, now is my time. I could be a sassy little old lady, be like, come here, the things I'm going to do to you. I don't know. Break the boundaries of sex. Break the stigma. Break the eggshell walking around sexual content. People like to fuck. I know I do. And it's healthy. You got to keep those body parts lubricated and going. Otherwise, you'll shrivel up and die. Eventually. You don't want to shrivel up and die, do you? I know a lot of people say, though, that, like, you can use, like, semen retention as, like a catapult for, like, spiritual, things or whatever. Like, astral travel and stuff. Like, it's easier if you don't give away your sacred fluid. I don't know. Who knows? Are you a dude? Have you ever done that? Is that true? What I want to do is I want to find somebody who is on my level and just have this amazing, of course, not when I have Michael, because that's mean for Michael and I would never hurt his feelings. But I think it would be so cool to have like this amazing, just this amazing experiment just with your bodies, just utilizing your bodies in what's it, sexual tantra, right? Tantra. Anyways, one day you'll never know. You never know. Looks like I have a line coming out of my forehead. Have a good day. It's Saturday. It's beautiful. And I love you. Thanks for listening to my embarrassing ramble of sexual frustrations that Lindsay's not going to fall into that same pattern. I refuse. I'm not going to do it. Because then I'm like a crybaby and I throw a fit and yada, yada, yada. And it's stupid. Why do I hold the amount of somebody that, or the amount of love that somebody has for me in a sexual content? That's damage that I've received over my lifetime. That is not healthy. Love does not come from sex. Love comes from yourself. So, I love myself. Okay? Bye. Respect the V. Bye, guys.